The advantage of autonomous drive is the schedule is quite clear from the manufacturers, what to come, when, in what year. So they have all the basis to plan and to act now. What is most important is that they get the regulation right. They need to adopt the national legislation. They need to harmonize in Europe traffic policies and all that type of thing. That is important to address now in order to create a framework that makes autonomous drive safe. At the same time, it allows for the development of the technology, because the technology will develop very, very fast. There's a challenge for the policymakers to keep the pace of that movement. Second thing is they need to plan for the change now. There will be a huge shift and transformation in the economy, but also in the labor market, for example. And if they don't act now in making the conditions right for the transition, so for example, more skilled people on IT basis, they will miss the train and may face huge challenges in the years to come. They also need to encourage the dialogue at all levels. So it's not only about European policymakers, about national policymakers. It's key to involve the cities and municipalities, because the solution will not be the same for everyone. The opportunities autonomous drive will bring is a huge variety of solutions you can pick from, and the solutions may fit for a smaller city, the one you've chosen, but not necessarily for a bigger city. So it's important that you involve all stakeholders at all levels at a very early stage.
I see two types of benefit. One which is about safety. So the cars of the future will be safer than the car of today. And the second is you will be connected. So it will be giving you some connection outside of the car to be connected with the rest of the world. So when you are driving, you will be sometimes in position to do something on top of what you are doing today. So that's the main benefit. Safety, connection, connecting with the world, and being able to do more than you are doing today within your car. Everything which is new, you have already always adopt what it is. So you need to have this kind of education, that people understand what it is, they test it, they are more familiar with it, and they adopt it. So you have always the first part of the customer, which called the early adopters, which are those who are looking for the new technology. So they like it, yeah? They want to have it. And even they don't really care about the cost. And after that, you have the more rational people to say, what will be my benefit and can I afford it? So you have always those two-stage approach when you are launching a new technology. So it is the same for autonomous drives than for any technology. We have it for electric vehicle, we will have it for autonomous drive.
Humans are primarily in charge of driving cars today. They're intelligent people, well, for the most part. So intelligence will definitely play a big role in how our industry evolves over time. And more specifically, it'll play a big role in how safe cars become in the future. So call it artificial intelligence as a scientific term, yes, it will play a big role. But more importantly, it's how do we add intelligence into the process of safely getting people from one place to the other. Let's talk first about what really causes problems with transportation. There's a big problem is congestion today. People spend hours stuck in gridlock. Another problem is the number of traffic fatalities we have per year. So very specifically, every year 1.25 million people are killed in traffic fatalities. Anywhere between 70 to 80% of those accidents are caused primarily by driver error. Here in Europe alone, 85,000 people are killed every year. If we can do something to make these cars safer, to eliminate at least those accidents that are caused purely by driver error, I think it's fundamentally transformative for society. Autonomous driving brings a certain level of intelligence in the vehicle where from a sensor perspective, it's getting inputs from the road, from traffic, and makes the process of getting a car from one place to the other significantly safer. The more autonomous driving vehicles we have on the road, and the more connected vehicles, when I say connected, I mean vehicles connected to one another. The more connected they are, the safer vehicles will be because they get messages well before a traffic accident could potentially happen. Being more specific, let's just say you're driving down a motorway, keeping the speed limit 120 kilometers per hour, and a car almost a kilometer ahead of you goes into a panic brake, either because there was an accident or the road got slick. If your car knows that well in advance and can proactively react to that so you don't do any last-minute braking, things like that can dramatically reduce the incidence of accidents. So autonomous driving to me is more than just having a car that's driven like a robot from one place to the other. It's about putting a level of technology in the car that makes far better decisions than humans with their limited ability to sense what's happening outside of the vehicle.
This is a major change for the car industry and for consumers as well, because it's a very different world that we're going to be living in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. You know, currently you get into a car, you put your hands on the wheel, you put your foot on the gas and you drive off. And the future is a future where the car supports you in that journey. And what we've got to do as an industry is educate people about the benefits of autonomous drive. And that starts with the way that we talk to our customers, it starts with the way that we talk to our dealers and share that story with people. Well, the car industry has been at the cutting edge of innovation for 100 years, ever since we moved from horses to cars. And now we're about to go through a similar rate of change in terms of our industry, and it's going to have a massive effect on the way people live, the way we plan cities, the way people get about. And that's because of autonomous drive. And the fact that you can sit in a car, press a button, and it will drive off for you is a thing of wonder. And I'm really excited about that.
I drove every day 2 hours, one way 1 hour, and 80% is highways. And all the time, same place, I experience the traffic jams. It's just boring. Of course, I like to drive the vehicles, but if it is continuously happen the same things again and again, we want to be free for such a annoying process. And the autonomous vehicle enables to set us free to do something more important activities. For example, we are now chased by lots of mails, social medias, and lots of news. And sometimes we want to make a phone call, but the operation is so complicated. So currently, we need to hold and watch the road and need to concentrate to drive. But the autonomous driving vehicle will allow us to work another activity, and also it will allow us to set free from the annoying continuous operation.